and welcome to our channel once again. Hope you had a very interesting week. Um, Today, we want to share some updates on what's been happening with us in the past week. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I think you had that experience. You are the one who had a very interesting experience during the coaching session you were having with our clients. So, as you already mentioned, we've been, talking to clients who are interested in penetrating the UK job space, especially if they're looking to get the sponsored jobs. And we can say that we have mastered or cracked the code of getting the UK jobs that can sponsor you. So we started a coaching service, and in one of our sessions, something interesting happened. So tell
Yes.
us about that experience.
Yes, so we have a number of clients who we are working with to help them, crack the UK job market through their applications and positioning themselves where they need to target and that. So in one of those sessions, I was demonstrating the process of application to make your application effective and the tools you need to use to ensure that you land interview invitation. So I casually used my own resume, my CV, and just to show them I looked for a job which was matching, and I put in an application to show them that it was real. I had to submit the application, but it was just casual, and by just the next week I got an interview invitation
Yeah, and
for that particular role.
it wasn't like you wanted to apply. I remember you were
Yeah,
even asking
yeah.
the clients if
If
they wanted to submit theirs, but
yeah, yeah.
at that point they weren't ready with what they were
Exactly.
doing. So you said, okay,
Exactly.
let's you just submit the application. It wasn't like you just were trying to demonstrate, how the
The
process.
process, the end-to-end
And
process.
this
Yeah.
happened on a Sunday,
Yeah.
and by Tuesday you called me that
That
you gotten a mail
I got a mail and
for the
invitation for
interview,
an
and
interview for
it
that
wasn't
job.
like you were expecting to do any interviews at that
Yeah.
time. But anyways, we decided that we're going to do the interview, right? I think
Yeah.
you said you
I
just do
said
the
I'll go through
interview
the
so that we
interview.
can just run through the
Yeah.
process and come back with a feedback on that.
Yeah. And I
So
shared it with them, and this is to,
encourage
encourage
them.
them to show
Yeah,
that what we're saying actually really works.
yeah.
We have been privileged to, get these high paying jobs in the UK, and the first time and repeated the process. So sort of we've mastered it, and we are now helping people
Hmm.
who are here who have considerable experience from their home countries, even people who are in their home countries looking to apply to get jobs in the UK. Because also, this same past week, I was chatting with one of my former colleagues who was in the IT space, and he also from Nigeria. He was applying and he landed a job in the UK. And the interesting thing is that on the job application, in a job description, they said you needed to have a work permit to work in the UK. But he applied anyway, and he was called up for the interview. At the interview stage, he told them that, for this job, I will need sponsorship to do it. And they said they obliged. And when he went through the interview, he was successful. So they offered and sponsored himself, his wife, and children, and they moved to the UK and started the job. So these are all information we have, and we can share with people who may need this service. And yes, you also had some good news from your own end. So do you want to share that?
Yes. So it happened to one of our clients. So we had been working on certain applications. Before now, you know, he told me I had sent him some roles to apply for through a guided process. And that particular application, he said, he told me he didn't want to do it because he had done that, he had made a submission last year for that
Okay.
role, for the same role last year, and he got a feedback that he wasn't qualified for the interview. And to his surprise, just in this week that passed, he sent me an invitation for the interview after guiding him through the process of making the application. And he couldn't believe it. He said, I had applied to this job before. So what happened? You know, so these things are working. Right now, we've moved to the next stage. So I'm working with him to prepare for the interview. He has an interview next week. So we're really working on him to prepare him for that first interview. There are about two interviews he will go through. So it's just to say that these things are working, really.
Yeah.
So if you're there listening to this and you think that you want to um, take advantage of our services, one of the things we do, the first things we usually do when you sign up with us is a paid coaching session. Okay, when you sign up with us, is that we go through your CV, we look at your resume, because a lot of times the people's resumes are the things that are killing them,
Killing them, exactly.
So the moment we look at your CV, we can see where your problems are. For this particular guy, when I saw his CV, I knew that he would never, if he applied from now to the end of 2024, he wasn't going to get the interviews that he needed, the kind of jobs he was looking for. So we had to look at his CV, rework his CV, take out the things that were not necessary in his CV. So these are some of the things that we do. So it's, yeah, you can also sign up for CV review. We have CV review packages, and we also have interview package and job application
Yeah.
package. So if you inbox us, if you're interested in any of our services, feel free, drop a comment, and we'll pick it up from there.
Yeah, you can send us an email to the email provided below,
Yeah.
somewhere in the video.
I will take
Yeah.
it from that point. So
Thank
till we
you.
meet you again, have a
Look
nice
for it.
weekend
Yeah.
and enjoy your week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.